too. And speaking of dogs, we got to give a shout out to our sponsor, the Bulldog.
The one and only.
The one and only Bulldog. Harrison and I worked for the owner, Merrick. Shout out to Merrick, too. Always finding innovative ways. Dollar burgers every Wednesday, baby. You remember that? You know what they need to bring back? The midget wrestling.
Midget wrestling. That would have been the first thing
the last time they did that was Mardi Gras, not last year, obviously, because I actually went to a parade last year. Y'all won't believe it. There was one float, and it was pulled by one car, and the guy threw beads out, and then everybody was hammered drunk on the horses, and we followed it. But anyways, that was our parade. It's pretty epic. But anyways,
the Bulldogs are always going to be there, man.
But it was 2 years ago they had the midget wrestling. That's what I was getting at, and it was awesome.
Well, me and you went there the other night, dude, and it was a fun-ass time.
It was packed, too. Yeah, we did. We had a good time. But, dude, whenever we went that time, like, that was a huge – because they had crawfish going on and stuff. So, like, during the right time, they got crawfish and stuff like that. The great jambalaya. If they ain't got crawfish, they have bomb jambalaya and bomb red beans and rice, dude. Like, dude, I saw – they had a little bit extra left over, bro, and I kind of, like, peeked back there, and I seen Merrick, like, dishing out a few plates to people. I was like, hey, whoa. I had to give me a few scoops, dude.
The thing about Merrick is Merrick always adapts to the college crowd, you know. We're all around the same age, but he always knows, you know, he's like, all right, well, he thinks outside of the box in terms of how he's going to do things because – he kind of left college to do his own thing, which is very admirable, which is what we did. And Harrison's smarter than us. He's still going to be an engineer. I mean, he's great at math. But
yeah, he's super good at math, guys.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah. But
smartest guy I know, bro.
But Merrick always is like, he thinks in the same tone of where he is still in college, so he knows, like, those dollar burgers. Every college kid could freaking use a fucking dollar burger, dude.
He basically puts them in his
They can, and he, like, connects well with them. That's what he does, and that's what the Bulldog does, and what it's always done, and he's carrying on the tradition, you know. That's the oldest college bar. In order to fucking fully experience you well, you have to go to the Bulldog. We're going to do something that we don't usually do on the show, and that's talk about something negative.
Yeah.
Because we're all about positivity and lifting people up and creating good vibes, but I feel like this has to be talked about. We all felt like this has to be talked about because we all have different perspectives here. And I did watch the videos you sent me. But I have some very different takes on it.
Okay.
But today, we're going to be talking about the incident at Astroworld, Travis Scott's Astroworld, which has a lot of, you know, soul searching to look into, has a lot of paranormal stuff to look into, dives into Illuminati type stuff, dives into people selling their souls to the devil, dives into logic, which is the way I look at it, dives into different things that we're going to disagree on, but it's we can all agree it's a tragedy what happened.
It is labeled as a tragedy, and like I kind of told y'all, this is something that hit me at home. I knew somebody there. I haven't talked to her like personally. Obviously, I mean, her social media is blown up. She's okay. Everything's fine. It's all good. We'll go into depth with that. But what I wanted to get at is it kind of hit me at home because I knew somebody there, and she really is a cool chick. And like nobody should have gone through what she went through. I don't care who you are, but the fact that I knew somebody and like I read her story, so like you know I have a pretty good imagination. Whatever, blah, blah. Once the videos started coming out, and then once the comparisons with the Satanism and the rituals, and it's just too coincidental with everything going on.
All right, so bring us into perspective about the video that you sent to us.
Okay.
Bring us into the loop on that.
Okay.
And talk about what you saw
in
that video that led you to the conclusion that you told me whenever we were talking on the side that day that this had to be something different.
Yeah. So, so what got me into this, y'all, is that I didn't even know. I don't care about festivals. You're a big. I want to hear your take because you're a big festival.
Yeah,
goer.
Harrison's the biggest festival guy there is.
This guy travels like he's going like this dude goes. You know, like. But he goes and enjoys himself. That would be a horrible tragedy for him to go and experience.
Harrison goes fast.
Yeah, and dude, but the thing is, it's true though. Like, why should he? Like how my friend put it, she literally said this on the news. She goes, "I paid $300 to watch people die." That's what she said. And like
more than that. It paid more than that.
Well, I think it was $350, but it was.
But what I will say is I did find a problem with this whole thing in terms of whenever people were yelling at him to stop. I saw that as, dude, you have people literally going out of their way to climb on stage,
screaming,
and yell. Now here's where the logical person in me is going to seem like a bad guy. Says, all right, well, you're Travis Scott, you're at a concert, you're at a festival, and look, I've never been to a big music festival, but you know people trip out on stuff. They do a lot of crazy things. If I'm Travis Scott and people are yelling at me something about like that from the side, stop the show, stop the show. I'm Travis Scott. I'm thinking, no, I'm not stopping the show because you're yelling at me because, like, security, get him out.
Right.
Now, where I will come to his defense is say, I don't know if the guy saw. I mean, maybe if I saw the flashing lights coming into the crowd like that,
yeah,
I'd know something's up. I'd stop the show.
Stop the show.
I mean, you're already almost a billionaire, dude. Really, what are you going to lose? Well, you got to look at it this way. Are you going to really gain anything from keeping the show going on and showing people you don't give a shit about your fans? Or are you going to stop the show and be like, oh, shit, we got ambulance, we got flashing lights coming in? Because you can't just have police lights or ambulance lights on a regular basis as a civilian. You can't have that. That's illegal. That is illegal.
So did you see the Linkin Park video?
No, I didn't.
I thought it was Pearl Jam.
I think it was Linkin Park. I looked up Linkin Park and it came up Linkin Park. I might be wrong.
Either way, dude, you gotta make a decision at that point, because if you're Travis Scott, you're monetizing now that concert over people's lives.
That's what I'm saying.
That's where I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get my premise out first. I agree with you on that aspect of it. Now, what I tend to disagree with being illogical, I don't want to say logical to make it sound like I am undermining you in terms of how you think about things spiritually. I don't want to make it sound like that. The logical thinking in me is that I see things that people always try to find a way to say, all right, well, this is a sign of the Illuminati.
Yeah, they're reaching. They're
reaching all the time. And I'm not a person who reaches out into that abyss like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and say that because Kylie Jenner posted a picture of drenched in blood and she dated Travis Scott. That is a Illuminati sign. I'm not going to say that Travis Scott was humming a certain thing that is tied into Illuminati or demon spawns or devil worshiping, because I haven't done enough research into it, and I'm a very spiritual man. Well, but I can't sit here and say that that people saying that they felt a demonic spirit crushing them while they were getting pushed. You got to remember, I believe in science too at the same time. Right. You're getting pushed up against thousands upon thousands of people. Yeah. Your body's going to feel like you have a boa constrictor around it, man. And I really can't tie that into spirituality. And that's just me thinking logically. Now, I can't tell you what people thought or what they felt in that moment. Was there drugs in their system that were given these kind of references, these descriptions? But it does seem kind of weird. It does, and I will give you that, because that video did. I watched it about 4 times, dude. Because it tripped me out. It tripped me out a little bit.
I know. I have another one I wanted to show y'all, which I can show or whatever whenever. But it's like it's pretty. The second video that I found. So we're gonna get back. The reason I stumbled upon this, we went to the fact that Bear's a big festival traveler. I'm not looking into this. The only reason I looked into it is because I had a friend there, and she's cool as hell. Like, she wears Cotton & Co. and stuff. Like, we met, I think, in February, like this year. Like,
shout out to those new hats.
Oh yeah, the new hats coming out, Christmas gifts. Look, that's the new spoon bill. Be a different BO on the back. That's the canvas back, 100% hemp. Beauty. And
fucking love it.
So we got some things coming out for Christmas, but what I'm getting at is the second video, like I said, like I showed you, is there's a lot of symbolism of Satanism with going on. I get that, it is what it is, but what's getting me is I've found multiple outsources finding different things based on kind of the same thing. Not like, hey, I found this poster that Travis Scott posted and so did I. It's like, hey, I found this symbolism, and they kind of dig deeper into that symbolism, and it, like you said, they could be reaching. You're right. Hey, look, some stuff Some stuff you could be reaching. But the number, so again, I'm not going to get the dates completely right because I don't have the video, but it's right here on my phone. April 30th, I think, is whenever Travis Scott was born, and I believe the Satanism Church was born the same day, but in like the 70s. And from April 30th, somehow through to whatever or something, it lines up to 666 from April to November 5th. Like, I don't know how it goes around. They have, like I said, it's all in the video. And again, you could be reaching. I get it, like, blah, blah, blah.
That sounds a hell of a lot like reaching, though.
But I know, man. But see, and here's another thing. A guy saw a music video of Travis Scott. It was Escape, which also, there was also The Cube, which has something to do with that, the Black Cube. The Black Cube was actually a movie based in '06, and it was a satanic symbolism to where the more you struggle, basically, you die to get out, is basically what it was. Like, the more you, yeah. So, symbolism was what happened, confinement and death with the Travis Scott concert. But before that, they had this guy, and they had, well, first of all, the 8 Flames was a big thing, too. Multiple people were allowed to pinpoint the 8 Flames that were coming up from the stage. That was 8 lives that they said that passed away. Another thing was, if you look at the stage, it was a cross.
Can I interject for 1 second?
What's that?
That sounds a lot like whenever the shooting in Aurora,
And
Colorado.
Vegas? Oh, no. Okay.
In Colorado,
Okay.
the movie theater shooting, whenever people brought in Lil Wayne's My Homie Still video, and they had 12 skeletons.
Yeah. Again, it's reaching. I get it. But again, they go more in depth than I can. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't remember everything in tit for tat. I really don't. But from what I saw, and like these people, they pull it up on their phones like, hey, look, this is it. Another thing that was very creepy, which this is like, bro, like, it's pretty freaking spot on, was the Pale Man. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's in, I believe, Hebrew or something like that. But it's a weird name. But in English, it's pretty much called the Pale Man, and it's a old wrinkly ass dude, and it's a demon. And what it is, the Soul Man is a demon that eats children. And if you look at Travis Scott, it says, "See you on the other side." It was also the saying for this, by the way. Travis Scott's shirt also had a portal, and it was angels jumping into devils. I mean, there's a lot of symbolism, man. And but the thing, wait, what was I saying before?
I might done like my gun case before I go to sleep.
Dude,
tonight
I'm telling it,
and
dude.
load up.
It's just, it goes on and on and on and on and on. And like, I can even like link these videos somehow. Like, these are all screen recordings that I took from different Instagram people. And like some of these Instagram things were from people that weren't even there. They just had friends that were there, like, hey, look, like sharing it. I just happen to be friends with that person.
Yeah.
Let's get Bear to let's get Bear to
So,
come in
yeah,
and
what do you-
interject.
what do you-
I'm just listening to y'all.
So, well,
No,
yeah,
no, yeah,
I'll
yeah,
jump in a
no,
second. I just
but give your perspective.
But what do you? Okay, so look, Bear. I want to ask you something. If you were, number one, were you a Travis Scott fan? I wasn't really a huge one, but I was kind of a fan.
I like Sicko Mode and
Man, I like
Goosebumps.
so much music. I'm a fan of a lot, so it's hard to say that like I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I've attended a Travis Scott performance at a festival. I actually left halfway because at the time the crowd was so aggressive.
Really?
Yeah, it was one of the worst. It's up there with one of the worst crowd environments I've been a part of.
I'm taking these off.
So it's just so basically.
From personal,
I gotta stare the reverend eyes into y'all.
So like basically what you're saying is so basically that wasn't an abnormal thing.
No, and you can look.
Yeah.
You can look back.
And that's another thing too. Travis Scott tweeted, and they weren't scanning people's bands to let people in at that point. Whenever he tweeted, "Hey, whatever, blah 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 blah, I'm coming on stage," like people were just rushing.
But you saw before that concert started, people rushing.
Oh yeah, because it was about to start. You get in a good spot.
What I really wanted to review, which I didn't, I made a note. I wanted to review the security protocols because apparently there were some
I
flaws.
got it on my phone ready. Huh?
You do?
Yeah.
Well, look. Let's
Apparently,
look it up.
apparently there were some flaws. I'll read it out. I'll read it out for you. I mean,
To begin, that's a pretty big point. Is that this was not. It was understaffed because the festival at 2 o'clock on Saturday or Friday, I forget. But whenever the day he was performing, a large group of individuals broke down the barricades and ran into the festival. And none of them probably had bands. There was probably hundreds, thousands that entered, illegally, let's say, into the festival, and there was too many people, and the festival was oversold to begin with. So your security protocols were basically
diminished at that point.
The safety security plan outlined incident management plan, including what to be the case of traumatic injury result in death, protocols notifying event control, and referring to the suspected deceased victim using the code SMURF, and never using the term dead or deceased over the radio. So these guys were using radios and saying, they couldn't say, hey, I've got a guy I think is possibly dead on my hands and needs CPR or a pulse check or Narcan or something, and said there, hey, I've got a Smurf on my hands. The dude on the other end of the mic is probably fucking laughing. Like, no matter what it is, there's no way that you can.
So you think maybe it was
Oh, no. So
it also includes a lack of communication among paramedics.
Yeah, but no, what I think it is was, they had one ambulance, one stretcher, one med bag, and I think a handful of, from what I read, not as well trained, individuals
for that kind of event.
For that kind of
Correct.
event, man, I've been to plenty of festivals.
Maddie,
and
again,
shows.
this is what happened with Maddie. She'll confirm this. So she passed out, which again we can post it. She has her whole story, whatever. She passed out in the crowd, and her boyfriend picked her up and floated her out. And she woke up, passed out, and she had a bottle of water in front of her, and she kind of drank it and was obviously dizzy, disoriented, like what's going on. Concerts going on. I can imagine what she's thinking, like, what the hell just happened? Well, she sees people like getting pulled out the crowd and they're doing chest compressions not correctly. So she's like trying to yell at people like, have you checked his pulse? I'm an ICU nurse, blah, blah. Like, she wasn't trying to step on toes or whatever, but she saw that it was not done correctly. She saw these people needed help. So she tried
teenagers doing CPR.
Correct. And like and the biggest thing
they were trying to save lives.
They're trying to save lives, and the biggest thing that got me, which I have it on the video too, there was this girl that went up on the camera stand and she screamed bloody murder. Please turn the camera. This is not right, please. And that man threatened to push her off that platform. And another guy had come up, and he was coming up, and you can tell he was kind of dressed like festival style. He was a younger guy. And like somebody was filming, and like he didn't even know what she was saying, but he had came up and he was like, just stop the show, please. Like, you don't know what's going on. Stop. Clearly can hear, and he's like threatening to kick him in the face. Bro, if that was me and I was that girl, and obviously nobody was down below, I would have kicked that fucking camera off. You best believe shit would have hit the fan if a $20,000 camera went flying.
There's no way you're going to convince me that this camera guy doesn't have a mic to somebody that he can say, hey, we've got serious panic in the crowd.
What is going on? I can't move my camera.
Wrong.
What's going on?
You know what I mean?
But no, he threatened to push these kids off who are trying to get help. And you can hear in these videos, multiple videos, like whenever Travis Scott like stops and the lights go off and then it goes to the next spot, it gets quiet because the music stops. All you hear is bloody murder and screaming.
Yeah.
Help! I'm squished. Help! And it's horrible. It's horrible.
So
and like you said, the humming part. I know, but the way he looked down at this guy, there is no way that he didn't see this dead body floating, or he was in cardiac arrest, so technically he was dead. I don't know if they revived him. I pray to God they did. But one of the bodies that I saw, they couldn't get him revived, so they picked him up and floated him across the crowd. And Travis Scott is sitting there rocking, humming, and watching this lifeless dead body.
Yeah.
Again,
from reports that I read, they were doing that to multiple people. They were surfing people out of the
correct.
crowds into the VIP section.
And how is it that Lincoln Park, like I said earlier, they had one person fall in a mosh pit. It was a big concert too. It's just like how 50,000 people.
That's what you read.
Correct. And all that had happened, blah, blah. And you know what these guys did? Just like how you said. They turned it into a positive message. The guy stopped the music. Hey, stop. Whoa. Kill it. kill it. Help him up. Help him up. The backup singer
How many people at the
runs.
Linkin Park concert?
Well, yeah, dude, they have people there. But
R.I.P. Chester, man.
But the dude, well, no, then the backup singer runs up and grabs the lead singer by the shoulder and like lunges himself up and jumps up on the speaker. And he said, pick him up now. Like both of them, like pick him up. So they picked him up and he was like, hey guys, like sorry to stop the show. We'll do this whole shit again. Like I don't care. It's all about safety. Like what does somebody do whenever they fall? What do you do? Pick them. And he put the mic on. Everyone said, pick them up. And it was a big positive, like the lights went crazy. It was a positive vibe. Why did he have to do that? Why did he not turn into a positive vibe? There, you cannot tell. There was over, like you said, they're crowd surfing. There was, so 8 people had passed, y'all, but there was like close to 100 like injured, like cardiac arrest, crushing. There was another story of a guy that there was layers of bodies, and he like literally, he lived. He goes, he went by himself. He didn't have a lot of friends. He was like, I just wanted to be close to Travis Scott because I don't have a lot of friends. And he goes, I almost died. I just think y'all should hear my story. He goes, and he said her name. I don't know her name. God bless her. He goes, I watched her die. I watched her get trampled. He said he fell underneath the crowd, and people, the whole crowd's moving like this, so they're stepping on him, and they crushed him to somebody below him. So then a body on top of him's crushing him. Well, somebody, like he makes eye contact with the girl, and he like tries to grab her hand, and he can't get her, and then somebody pulls him up. Well, he goes back down for her and tries to get her, and he's screaming for help. He said like, the more he screamed, it felt like the quieter it was. Like, I mean, dude, like, and you can y'all imagine, like,
people explained it as a sinkhole.
Can you imagine, like, 10 people stepping on you while you're trying to grab this girl with this loud-ass music? These speakers are thousands of dollars. They're bigger than this freaking table. And you got
language, this auto-tune.
Yeah, and you got 80 of these speakers. Can you imagine, listen, can you imagine trying to reach for this girl and trying to help somebody? And you can't. Nobody should have went through what these people went through, and I believe there is more intent of harm than good, and somebody needs to fucking pay for it. That's just how I feel. After all the videos I saw, I thought it was very satanic. I mean, I'm not a huge, I haven't been to church in a long time, but me and my relationship with God is stronger than most. I promise you. On God.
All right, so you ready for my take on gathering everything?
Yeah.
Can I give you a couple more information before you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
please do.
I know I'm talking a lot. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You're passionate about it, man. We like that.
Yeah,
Well, dude.
You said it was a hot topic when we got here.
Yeah, we had guys.
You've been on this shit for a while.
Yeah, like y'all can ask these guys like.
That's all he sent in the group. That's all he sent in the group message for the past 2.
Yeah, I was like, hey, on God, we're gonna be talking about this shit today, cause where's my phone at?
Yeah. So,
by the way, guys, got a new phone, so I can keep up with y'all's orders and shit quicker.
Open up the calculator.
Got you. All right, let's see.
This is a rough estimate, real quick.
So let's see.
Shout out to our other sponsor, Cotton & Co.
Yes, sir. All day.
All day. That's literally the only clothes I wear now, bro.
Dude, I can't wait to show everybody new hats.
Dude, if you make some shorts like these.
I have these.
So
right
they
here.
had roughly for over 55,000 people. They had 528 Houston police officers at the venue and 755 private security agents.
Wait,
Can you do
repeat
the
that
math?
number one more time.
528 Houston police officers.
For how many? 50,000?
55,000 plus. It was oversold. People got in,
and then they mass released them in.
Mass released them, and they're packed into. I don't know the square footage, but they're packed into a tight area. So for that amount of people, they've got
people, 528. So
it was like 1258, I think, 1200, 14.
So 55,280 people for
That's like
528 cops. So that's about 10,000. 10. So one cop covers about
45 people, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
That's
Is that math right?
Yeah, rough. Yeah, but that's a lot of people. And that's not EMTs. That's not medics. That's literally just people there to stop a riot. To stop madness.
Yeah.
So what happened? The reason I gave you that statistic is the Houston Police Chief Troy Fenner said that they officiated, I guess, at 9 o'clock or so, or whatever it is. They officiated a mandate that they had a serious problem on their hands and that they were going to shut it down. It wasn't until 40 minutes later
that they
stopped it. So for that time, his excuse, and he's quoted in saying it, that he didn't want a riot on his hands.
Oh, and Travis Scott has stopped shows
cannot,
because somebody tried to take his shoes.
Yeah, he stopped it, but he pointed into the crowd and said, "Beat the shit out of him. F him up. Yeah, fuck him up. Fuck him up, man."
Well, there's no arguing that Travis Scott's a piece of shit at this moment. I mean, this is not my argument whatsoever with that.
This is the 666 I was telling you about.
When you see these pits of people, you know, it's one thing to incite mosh pits.
This is 50,000 people in this spot, and that is across stage going into the portal. Like, dude, I'll show you all the whole video. I promise you. Before you judge it,
look.
I promise you.
Here's the thing about, and you're correct in saying about the Linkin Park thing, and you see, like I've stated many times, the first concert I've ever been to, like big rock band, is a Motley Crue concert. Well, you know who opened up for Motley Crue? Theory of a Dead Man. You ever listen to Theory of a Dead Man? Dude,
Yes, I have.
That's some badass shit.
Yeah.
Hinder, well, even if you don't listen to Hinder besides The Lips of an Angel, Hinder has some heavy shit too.
Yeah.
Seether was there. And Seether freaking goes hard too, man.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. They will stop it. And the thing about the Travis Scott era, which I believe points into the new era of the way the whole performance and the musical industry and everything goes about nowadays. All these people try to act like they're doing better. Like Travis Scott promoted this concert to be part of a charity. Am I correct? Charity. I don't remember what the charity's name was. But this concert was supposed to benefit his charity. All right? You'd think. Now one can make the argument that you saw people getting carried up that were just laid flat like that, crowd surfing. One can make the argument that it looked like they were crowd surfing. Now, where my argument against that is whenever you see those lights, you stop the fucking show. Yeah. Now, here's going to be the key point into where who's going to be charged for this. Now, how long into the show did it take for the responders to come in to flash those lights?
Just what
how
he
long
said.
was the reaction
exactly
time?
What you said. It
what was the that's the question to it all, man. That's
but
really
it was
the
a
question.
40-minute. But like what he said, it was a 40-minute gap.
But the 40-minute gap until they saw the lights.
Yeah, but what he's saying is this med cart that was going through the crowd. If there's only one med cart that's going through the crowd, man, I've been in a lot of tight crowds. This crowd easily, was way tighter than that. You can't like
navigate that.
You can't navigate that. So sending somebody on foot in to go find somebody, or they got to come out. There's no going in unless you're with that group of people who just insist on going to the front. But man, there's probably 20,000 people trying to do that, pushing to the front.
And what I don't want to get twisted is that, and this is a completely different take on things. I do believe there are evil sources. People source themselves out to the devil for monetary gain, for fame, for shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to deny that. Now, is this one of those events, which seems to be the biggest social media thing right now? Is this one of those cases? And, based on what I've heard and what I've seen, I do want to see the reaction time. You just said about 45 people per cop, 528 people rushing those borders to get into that festival before it even started. Maybe this falls on the people who put on the event because you didn't take the necessary precautions. So now you can have people who, like Lil Wayne has fear of God tattooed on him. Somebody could say, I say something happened at a Lil Wayne concert. You could take that now and say, well, Lil Wayne has fear of God.
Well,
or somebody has a teardrop tattoo or something like that. Now, this to me seems to fall on the city of Houston and their reaction to this event and not taking the necessary precautions to knowing how big of an attraction Travis Scott is in this generation and the younger generations, not being prepared. That seems to be what the logical conclusion for me seems to be.
Well, look, Travis Scott, so the lead investigator of investigating this is friends with Travis Scott. The lead
seems like a conflict of interest.
It's true. You can go look it up. The lead The Travis Scott has a key to the city for Houston, so the mayor is involved with it, and the chief of the fire department is good friends with Travis Scott as well. Another thing,
How true is that?
dude, it's on the dude. You can Google that. It's on the news. Maddie posted it.
You can find a lot of bullshit on Google.
No, Maddie has been watching this closely.
Okay.
Like she posted this. Like, if I trust the source, it's gonna be for her.
If that is true,
I'm
that
telling
opens
you.
up a whole new gate of possibilities.
I promise you.
Yeah.
I promise you. I read it, and I'll text her. I'll be like, "Yes, can you see me that?"
That opens up a lot of things.
I
at that
wouldn't.
point.
I wouldn't
I'm
say
just-
that if I'm serious. It's a heart attack. Like that is another. And another thing my dad just told me. The people that promoted the show, like your people that make the posters, again with the Soul Man and with all these subliminal messages and all his flyers and all that, and like his marketing team and all that. These people that Travis Scott hired has already killed people at an event multiple times. It was on the news today. My dad actually told me that before I left, and so I want it's on the news. Like it's just too coincidental and too mocked up and the stars are lining up too straight to ignore that this was something more than just like people getting crushed at a concert. You know what I mean? Or it's just you can't sit there and tell me that you didn't see what happened. Like, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. I'm over here trying to get $1. Like,
No. I mean, dude, look, yeah, you have a. Oh, go ahead, Bear. Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah, you do. Go
Well,
ahead.
a couple things I was just sitting thinking about. There was only 450 police officers. I think 750 of that was private security.
Correct.
Now, I don't want to take away from their credentials here, but this could have been just some.
oh, they're bouncers.
Volunteers.
They're
They're
bouncers.
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 So understaffed. Second, you were talking about in the crowd, they were feeling more than just force of the person. I think that's a combination of physics, just pure pressure and weight on you. And I mean, if you've ever been to any type of outdoor event like that, even an indoor one, they have heavy surround sound that's going to affect the back of it as much as the front. The front's going to be heavier. But the bass that Travis Scott probably had, being trapped in those areas, you're probably
Feeling the pressure.
if you hit the right bass line, you will change somebody's heartbeat. You can affect somebody that much, and if they were in a position like that's 100% probably what
A
they
lot
were
of people
feeling
said
like.
they felt hypnotized, as in like they weren't able to move. Which
Yeah, his
obviously
his screen visual was an eye.
Yeah, they said they felt very. I forgot the technical term that a lot of people use, but
Hypnotized.
the hypnotized. But they didn't use hypnotized. Disoriented was a big word. Like they
Yeah.
just felt disoriented in the crowd. And like even people were saying that weren't deep in the crowd. Like it was just like a trippy ass show. The Eye of Satan. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, it was in the background, and like
It
that's
could
what the
be-
show's,
it
and
could
it
be
goes
reaching,
on
but
and on and on.
I saw
like,
one when you said Lincoln Park. I thought this is what you were talking about. I saw something. I think it might have been. Correct me if I'm wrong, but something about Pearl Jam and one of the last events that they had, or somebody had.
8 people died.
8 people died.
And Travis Scott
and
wore
their
that
shirt was, I think, an 8.
Correct.
It was an infinity symbol basically, but it was more compressed, so it didn't look like a stretched out 8. But in the center of it, it had an eye, and I think their theme was something about "see you on the other side" or "see you," whatever.
And also, Travis Scott, one of his event shirts was the
It's like if
Lily of
that's
Death.
reaching.
You can look it up. It's
Someone's created some pretty serious propaganda.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that was another big one was obviously the thing that got me was the Soul Man, but because that was a pretty creepy thing. But the Lily of Death is what really got me. Like the Lily of Death got its name because of its smell that it gives off. It smells like human flesh, and like Travis Scott, like his event shirt is a fucking like Lily of Death, and it says "See you on the other side." Like, I mean, again, can be reaching. I get it, but
He's
when you
kind
put
of always had
that outer
that for sure.
correct, because
Like,
he's
he
so
had one-
creative with his shoes and Cactus Jack. I get
Well,
all
they're
that,
just
but
his themes. His themes like "See on the other side." Like I've got a shirt. It was Travis Scott. It was his original Astroworld shirt, and on the back of it says, "Look, Mom, I can fly."
Yeah.
It's like at first I thought it was a joke, and now I probably might not ever wear that shirt again for sure.
Yeah, like, dude, it just might be. I don't know.
I mean?
It's like you said, they might be reaching with some
unknown.
of this. Well, that's the thing. People need to be accountable. 1, 2, and there's so much evidence of what's going on right now that even there is some things reaching, yes, but it doesn't outweigh all this other evidence, in my opinion, to say that it was not related in a satanic way of some sort. I'm not saying they planned it and they killed 8 people to kill 8 people and it was from the plan from the get-go. I don't want to say that because that's horrible. You know what I mean? But I feel that there was a evil plan, and I feel that it was implemented to do harm. And I feel like this show was not put on to put on laughter and smiles and jump up and down and like have a good time. I feel like this was put on to harm people, and that's where the problem that I have. I don't know about the satanic shit and all now there's a lot of evidence for it. I don't know. I don't. But what I do know is if you're going to put an event together to harm people, that's a problem. If you're going to get 50,000, well, I'm just saying, as dumb as it sounds, I know it sounds dumb, but if y'all get around at a bar, like right here around this table, and we're chilling, we're like, hey, we're going to get together and we're going to fuck some people up. That sounds horrible.
Did somebody bully you?
But yes, a lot. But that's besides the point.
Whose car? Whose car are we taking?
Yeah. Whose car are we taking? Yeah, we're gonna go hurt some people, but you can't ask where we're going. Whose car are we taking? Bear's like, gas is
Cabs ahead.
But one thing too, this is the last thing I kind of want to end on that I saw was Travis Scott apology was shitty, straight up. Like someone said,
there was no apology.
Like he said, like this dude commented, hey, it's cool. He put it in black and white filter, so it's straight. Like, not trying to make a joke, but it's true. Like, that's how he felt. That's what made it funny and comical, is that this dude really felt he was being sorry, but like he didn't say sorry at all. And then Kylie Jenner went on there and said this, blah, 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 blah. Which the video y'all haven't seen yet. The police show up and ask what's going on after the first body comes out. I forgot the gentleman's name that passed away, but he came out. The police at that moment realized there's 2 officers, that there was a situation, a crisis going on. And you know what they do? They ran straight to the back. They grabbed Kylie, Travis's mom, and the baby and got them out. Didn't ask for backup. And by the way, the whole weird thing, yes, like my dad said, of course they're gonna grab the elites first. Of course they would. But why would Kylie say, oh, we didn't know what was going on until the next day? When you were grabbed by police and escorted out, that there's an emergency, but you're just gonna admit that, oh, well, we didn't know what was going on. We just left.
No see, no hear.
Yes, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. That's bullshit.
Evil. Well, yeah. You know what, boys? Since we're talking about activity beyond the realm of what we understand as human beings.
Correct.
As we always like to end on a good note. You want me to tell you about my first paranormal experience? It's funny.
Were you touched by an angel?
Get this shit. I didn't do like this. I didn't do like this. All right. So, you know how Mom runs the Acadian Village?
Yeah.
So.
You know well.
Yeah. So I'm closing down the Acadian Village as an event attendant. All right. So my first gig is a quinceañera. Well, I'm there from 7 a.m. till 2 a.m. So what you got to do to lock down the Acadian Village is you have to go into each house individually.
And lock it from
the inside. Walk out the back. Keep in mind, this is an old plantation-style home. Well, get to the first house, all right? Quinceañera is still going on. It's around 9 o'clock. Locking up, walk out the back. The attic's open. So I'll go upstairs. I notice there's a drawer open like that in the attic. So I'll walk up the attic. I go and I close it. So there's 3 drawers. Say this is bottom drawer, top, middle, top. So I go, I close. Turn my back around. Next thing that happens, top drawer.
Could have pulled them all out and ran.
Well, I'm thinking to myself, maybe it's a little lever. All right, maybe it's a little lever. So I go, I close it. I walk away. All of a sudden, boom! All three open up. I said, oh, hell no. Go back down. I called my mom. I said, Mom. I said, you didn't tell me this place is haunted. She goes, Scott, you grew up here your entire life. You used to sleep in tents in the woods. We did. We used to sleep in tents whenever we did Civil War reenactments in the woods. I said, I didn't go in the houses.
Yeah. They wanted to get out. Yeah.
She goes, humanize them. I said, what do you mean humanize them? Humanize the ghost? She said, you knew there were ghosts here? She goes, well, yes. That's something you didn't plan on telling me.
Well, yeah, she didn't put it in the job description, dude.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, and I'm not even an ordained minister yet. So I had my holy water in my car. I said, oh, crap. So I go to close the second one. I lock the front. I'm walking out the back. Back door. Wide open. Shuts.
Oh.
Dude, my heart was already pounding. I said, you got to be kidding me. I took off dead sprint. Like, dead sprint. Freaking, look, dude, the doors weren't like they were sealed, but they opened back up. But I took off and said, I ain't freaking doing this.
Yeah.
Ain't no chance. I called her and said, you better let me carry my damn gun, or that's a wrap. She goes, Scott, humanize them. Humanize them. Like you do. She goes, speak to them like you speak to people on a daily basis. You have to. You
pull that drawer out. You put it back.
She goes, you're always happy. Well, here's the thing about closing down the Acadian village. So there's two scenarios that happen here. Make it through that first night, and you know, whenever you close down the village, you get to that first bridge right by the church. Turn off that first light switch, shuts down everything in the front. Then you have to make your way around towards that white building in the back. Shut off a light by the blacksmith shop, where all the things are dangling, making noise. It's the second light you shut off. Then you shut off that light by the Stutes building, the white one in the back. So then after you shut off that light, the only light you have left is in the pavilion. And that's a walk.
You couldn't start at the pavilion and then...
You don't want to.
You couldn't work your way. You couldn't start from the back and work your way up.
Because here's the thing about shutting down the pavilion. You shut down the pavilion lights, you have to make that walk down that wooded walkway without that light.
Dude, I
have
a great solution.
But here's the thing. No, we can't call Ghostbusters. Here's the thing. You're getting to that little last walkway. Well, they started setting up for Christmas already with the merry-go-rounds.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's
and this is whenever people started dressing up as clowns.
Oh, around that time? Yeah, we talked about that.
So my buddy sends me a picture of this guy. Well, that's going to come in the latest. That's going to come later on in the second night. So first night after I close down everything, my office is right next to the old doctor's office. So the next night I get there, the next night I'm closing down. Get to the first building. Okay? Close down the house. Attic's open. This thing's open again. I walk in. I close it. Turn around. Bottom one.
So it wasn't fast? It was just slowly?
Slow.
Oh, bro, dude.
I thought it was a lever. I go back and close it. I turn around. Boom. I said, Leroy, I ain't got time to put up with your shit tonight. Because before that happened, my buddy sent me a picture of that person dressed like a clown standing on top of the Chase building right next to UL's campus. And I'm living at the KA house by myself. Y'all know how I feel about that clown. I said, you know, when I get scared, I told y'all, I get pissed off. So he sent me a picture. I'm thinking to myself, the KA house ain't got no locking doors. The only door that I have locked, 2 weeks ago, two people broke in. I found somebody in the closet. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, you got to be fucking kidding me right now. If these motherfuckers are going to try to scare me. I walk into that KA house, I have to check every single damn room. I had to put couches on the back door just so I could hear somebody if somebody was breaking in. So I'm pissed off now. Now you got me scared to the point I'm pissed off. Yeah. So I turned back around and said, Leroy, I ain't got time to put up with your shit tonight. I said, leave the fucking drawers alone. I hear 2 foot just slam down. I said, bruh, I'm telling you, Not tonight. Not tonight. Dude, closes all the drawers. I still get chill. Dude, you can see the goosebumps on my freaking skin. I still get the freaking chills every time I think about this. Slams all the drawers. I turn back around. Thank you. I walk away. Boom. I said, all right, that's how it's going to be. I walk back to my office. I grab 2 lamps. I put them and said, I'm going to leave this fucking light on all night, son. I'm going to leave it on all night.
Tempted him. Threatened him with the light.
Yeah, threatened him with the light. And next door.
They're probably laughing. They're like, Leroy's getting it.
Next door is Steve. Next door is Steve. Steve, the one who closed down the damn freaking doors last time I checked in. Dude, I walked down the stairs. I left the lights for 30 minutes. And I sat down right next to the pond. Like that with my Rambo knife waiting. I literally thought, there's anybody who's going to dress like a clown and try to scare me, it's going to be at the Acadian Village.
Yeah. That's going to be their plot.
So I was sitting there, I waited 30 minutes. I walked back up to the first house. There was a flower on the last freaking step.
What kind of flower?
Just like a little magnolia.
Oh, what?
And I looked, drawers were closed.
Please turn that light off.
And I walked up, I said, well, thank you, Leroy. And I hear,
one step.
I'll see you tomorrow night. I close the attic, dude. I go on my way. Go to Steve's house. Walk in. Steve does it again. I said, I was in a good mood. I mean, I really wasn't as pissed off as I was to begin with because I felt like I really just connected with a ghost, dude. I mean, I felt pretty good about myself at that point. Steve shuts the door and says, Steve, can you please open the doors? Doors open.
Jeez.
I walked out. Thanks, Steve. I'll see you tomorrow night. Well, I'm walking around, dude. I'm closing. I shut down by the students building, all that. I get to that last little walkway by the woods. And I hear what I thought was a laugh. Now, back in the...
We're pulling out the Rambo knife again slowly. It's like, God, I thought I was putting it up for the night.
Dude, now I know it ain't no activity that ain't something beyond. Now I'm thinking, all right, this is for real.
This is the clown.
Well, here's the thing, dude. If you were just dressing as a clown, that'd be different. But they started getting it to the next level to where they were carrying weapons.
Yeah.
And that's whenever if you carry a weapon in front of me and you threaten my life in any way, that's where I get to the point where I don't give a fuck who you are. You coming down with me in some way.
Yeah.
Well, that bush started jiggling, dude. I said, motherfucker, I swear to God, if this is anybody dressed like a clown, you got 3 fucking seconds to come out here and walk away. I'll give you 3. That's it, but fucking leave now. I ain't got time to put up with your shit. I got 2 fucking ghosts in 2 different houses.
I just made a connection, bro.
Well, I tried to say that just to like kind of tens the mood, but at the same time, I'm kind of pissed because I'm scared, dude. I'm fucking... I'm legitimate.
Flight,
I'm legitimately scared at this
fight
point.
Fight or flight, bro. Yeah.
Well, I counted out. I said 3, 2, and I thought at this point, I guess I'm paranoid, but I said 3, 2, and then I heard what I thought was a laugh. I said, motherfucker. I grabbed my knife. I jumped into the fucking bushes, dude. Best long jump of my life. Started stabbing. Fucking armadillo. A fucking armadillo. Now, to that night, in my defense, what you have to do is you have to lock it down. You shut off the lights in the pavilion. You only have a little bit of light left to where you go sign out, and then I still have to lock my door next to the doctor's office. Then I have to drive to the back and close the gate. Oh, shit. And right in between the woods. Then I have to get back into my car and go close another gate in between woods. Then I got one more in between wooded areas that I can't see. So I guess like the fight or flight mode at that point is like, all right, bro, if somebody's gonna do something,
this is it.
like for real, like this is it. You want to get down to like getting somebody scared. And I guess that was one of the points that the people dressed like clowns decided to do whenever the It movie came out.
Yeah.
That was one of the points they tried to prove. But my point to them was, you can do that and dress like a clown.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can wear a scary mask. Because if you're standing in front of me as a clown dressed in a scary mask or something, I'd look at you like, and I'm walking down the woodway, yeah, you fucking catch me? Like, seriously, bruh, you got me.
Make me a bicycle clown.
I'd say, you know what? You got me, dude. I said, that's pretty good. You got me. If you're holding something that I think is a weapon that's detrimental to my health, because I'm coming at you with razor blades, lemon juice, and a fucking atomic bomb that you ain't ever felt in your life. And I guarantee you might get a good swipe. You might get me a Jon Snow type of lifestyle right there. But I'm telling you right now, you coming down with me, son, and that's a fucking promise.
Yep.
And look, if I would have had T-Boy right there,
he would have probably ripped that armadillo's throat out.
Dude, you know what those dogs are bred for?
You told me, I forgot.
Big game hunting.
Yeah.
So there might not be big.
Well, dude, their jaws are huge.
Oh, dude.
He's a small dog.
Dude, I got scars all over me just from playing. But what they used to do back in the old days is they go big game hunting. They bring three Apollos with them.
3 Apollos.
And if they had a mountain lion there, they'd unleash them. And all 3 of those dogs will take down that mountain lion and bring them back. They're not retrievers.
Yeah, well, no, they're like how they go capture them hogs, like them beagles. Like they basically isolate the animal and pin it down until you go over there and shoot it. Is basically what they're designed.
And they ain't letting go.
Oh, they won't let. No, their jaw power is dumb.
And that's a common misconception. Oh yeah, you good?
No, I was just asking what time.
9:48.
Well, no, on the is it on the?
We're at 1:03.
A minute?
I mean, hour 3.
An hour, okay.
You got time to chill.
No, I was just asking what time, like what.
We could always go grab a beer.
Dude, I'm about whatever. I'm like,
we can bring
I got food now.
We can bring Apollo to Corner Bar.
To Youngsville.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, whatever you want, man. Let's go get fucked up.
Hey, well, anyway, yo,
LMAO.
Bear.
Dude, the spikes.
Yeah, this fucking spike, dude. Look at that shit. I told you, ass.
Shark. Hey, turn the light. Hey, y'all, the thing. Every time I talk,
it's like trimmers, dude. It's like trimmers.
Still up so damn loud, bro. Hey, I'm the loudest in the room. I hate Travis Scott though.
Anyway, yo, hey, it's been a while since the crew's gotten back together. Bear's been kicking ass in school. Cotton's kicking ass. Look at that new hat. Look at this new hat.
Show them the front of that thing. That one's nice. That's 100% hemp, y'all. That is raw. And then this is nylon.
This is bada boom, bada bang. But you know me, I like to wear
look,
hats.
we got, I think, 6 or so new hats coming out.
He got Canvasback.
That's the Canvasback. And this is
Greater Northern Hollywood Shoveler.
Yes.
Greater North American Hollywood Shoveler.
Yep. With the chatter teeth.
AKA Spoonbill.
Spoonbill.
Smiling mallets. But we got a bunch of new hats.
Shout out to Leroy and Steve. I ain't seen you all in a minute, but I hope y'all doing well out there at the Acadian Village.
And shout out Bulldog.
Yeah, shout out Bulldog.
Shout out Cotton Co.
Dude, let's go to Bulldog right now.
Shout out to Harrison's freaking college career.
Coming to an end, dude.
I'll take the shout out.
It's coming to an end, man. You ready to shoot some specs, bro? I'm ready.
Yeah, they going hunting without me.
Oh, dude. Well, I'm going. No, we're all gonna go. We can go to my lease or whatever, or not my lease. My
I don't.
camp.
Hey, I don't hunt that often,
my
man.
boat's broken again. Dude.
You talking to Cecilian.
Bro, all you gotta do is, you just gotta sit there and look pretty, bro. All you gotta do is sit there and look pretty.
I can sit there and look pretty all day.
Dude, we got that, bro.
But I'm gonna knock down a fucking duck. Just give me a bow and arrow.
Hey, you're good. Oh, we'll get you a 20 gauge first.
You see this tan skin, baby? I'm ready to go.
Hey, we'll get you a 20 gauge first. Shoot your first doe with a 20 gauge. We'll move you to a bow.
I got John Rambo stuff, man.
I hear you. It's a lot harder than it looks, though. But once you bust that one, it's like, hey, dude, it's like it's pretty easy after that. It's always breaking that ice.
I feel more comfortable with a knife in my hand.
Yeah, I like to feel their emotions.
He said that. He said you have the Rambo knife. He said that.
I do.
I like to feel their emotions. I like to see them bleed.
No, I just know that if you get in front of me, I'm coming after you.
Well, no,
I feel best about tackling your ass.
He goes, "Oh, I know the squealers from what did he say?
What?
The Joker in Dark Knight. He says something. He's like, I know the squealers from.
No,
so
like,
technically, I know your friends better than you do.
Yeah.
And he was just like. And he's like, do you want to know which one of your friends was the squealer? And then, like, the guy, like...
You know which ones are the cowards.
Cowards, that's it. I couldn't remember, guys, sorry.
See, people show you their best emotions.
With a knife, yeah.
With a knife.
Oh,
no, do you know how I got these scars? I put a razor blade in my mouth.
See, my father was a drinker. So he takes a knife to my face. And he says... Why so serious? Sticks the blade in my mouth and looks at me and goes, why so serious? And then,
why so serious?
Yes!
Penis.
Thanks for tuning in to Unwoken. Go Cajuns. We'll see you next week. God bless. Take care.